Good evening, and welcome to the Crypto Overnighter. I'm Nicodemus, and I will be your host as we take a look at the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. And remember, none of this is financial advice. And it's 10 p.m. Pacific on Monday, September 25th, 2023. Welcome back to the Crypto Overnighter, where we have no sponsors, no hidden agendas, and no BS. But we do have the news, so let's talk about that. Tonight, we delve into the murky waters of crypto regulation and security, from Vitalik Buterin's changing views on CBDCs to leadership shifts at the NYDFS, and from Hong Kong's regulatory moves to the Republic of Korea's tightening grip. Add to that the eye-opening hacks at Mixin Network and Upbit's scam crisis, and you've got yourself an episode that's packed with cautionary tales and wake-up calls. In a recent interview with CNBC, Vitalik Buterin expressed his growing concerns about the direction CBDCs are taking, to which I have to say, welcome to the party, pal. He was once optimistic, even hopeful that CBDCs could bring about transparency, verifiability, and a level of privacy. But alas, that optimism has faded. Buterin now believes that CBDCs have become nothing more than front ends for the traditional banking system. In his words, quote, "We get systems that are not actually much better than the existing payment systems because they basically end up being different front ends for the existing banking system." Now, what does this mean for you and me? Well, it's not good news. According to Buterin, CBDCs are likely to be anything but private digital assets. He warns that these digital currencies will allow both the government and corporations to monitor our financial transactions. In short, CBDCs could break down all existing barriers between surveillance from both corporations and the government. But now here's where it gets interesting. Buterin suggests that Ethereum, especially now that it's running a proof-of-stake consensus mechanism, may be more resilient to government interference. Why? Because proof-of-stake is easier to anonymize and harder to shut down than proof-of-work. Proof-of-work requires massive amounts of physical equipment and electricity, things that are easy for the authorities to detect and control. Buterin's insights offer a sobering perspective on the state of CBDCs. While initially optimistic, he now sees them as extensions of the traditional banking system, lacking in transparency and privacy. This aligns with the growing concerns many in the crypto community have about government surveillance and control. Moreover, Buterin's focus on the utility of crypto in emerging markets is noteworthy. It's not just about investment, it's about financial inclusion and empowerment. This is where crypto really shines, according to Buterin, especially in places like Argentina, where adoption is high. His comments on the role of centralized exchanges in these markets are of note. While necessary for adoption, these exchanges stand in contrast to the decentralized ethos of crypto. Buterin's vision for a more peer-to-peer future is a call to action for the industry. Finally, with Buterin's comments on Ethereum's resistance to government intervention, especially with its shift to proof-of-stake, should not be overlooked. It's a subtle yet powerful statement on the network's resilience and its potential to uphold the values of financial freedom and privacy. So as we navigate the evolving landscape of digital currencies, it's crucial to stay informed and skeptical. CBDCs may come wrapped in the promise of innovation, but as Vitalik warns, they could just be a Trojan horse for more control and less privacy. Buterin's sentiments on CBDCs serves as a wake-up call for all of us. But the regulatory landscape isn't shifting in the crypto space, it's evolving with the very agencies that oversee it. Speaking of leadership and its impact on regulation, let's dive into our next segment. If you appreciate these deep dives, do us a favor. Like, follow, and hit that notification bell. Peter Martin is the head of the Virtual Currency Division at the New York State Department of Financial Services, at least for now. He's stepping down by the end of the month. He took the helm in December 2021 and is now moving to the private sector. Before joining NYDFS, he worked in digital asset strategy at IBM. His departure leaves a gaping hole in the department responsible for the state's BIT license program. This program, launched in 2015, mandates certification for businesses engaging in crypto activities in New York. This means the NYDFS is currently on the hunt for Martin's replacement. The new candidate will be responsible for managing BIT license applications, examinations, and ongoing supervision. This is a crucial role that directly impacts the crypto businesses you might be investing in or using. But there's more. NYDFS recently sought public feedback on a new rule that would alter its digital asset listing guidelines. The agency demands robust procedures for coin delisting tailored to each company's specific business model and operations. Adrienne Harris is the NYDFS superintendent. She praised Martin for transforming the virtual currency unit. She also mentioned that the department added over 60 virtual currency experts to its team. Harris is confident that the team will continue to deliver best-in-class results for New York. Martin's exit and the subsequent leadership vacuum could slow down the BIT license application process. This could be a setback for crypto businesses eager to operate in New York. Moreover, the new rule proposals indicate that NYDFS is not backing down on its stringent regulatory stance. Martin's departure from the NYDFS is a significant event that could impact the regulatory landscape for cryptocurrencies in New York. Given that the NYDFS is a key player in the crypto regulation, especially with its BIT license program, this change in leadership could signal shifts in policy direction. Martin's move to the private sector also raises questions about the revolving door between regulatory agencies and the industries they oversee. Could this be a sign of increasing privatization in the crypto regulatory space? Moreover, Superintendent Harris's comments about adding more than 60 virtual currency experts to the NYDFS team indicate a concerted effort to bolster the agency's crypto expertise. This could be seen as a positive move for the crypto community, but it also raises questions. Will this new team continue to enforce existing regulations or introduce more stringent measures? The department's recent proposal to bolster its oversight of crypto firms looking to list coins in the state shows that the agency is not slowing down in its regulatory efforts. This could either be a boon or a bane for crypto businesses, depending on how these new guidelines are implemented. The proposal focuses on risk assessment, including fraud and price manipulation, which are areas of concern for the crypto community. However, the distrust towards governmental agencies could make these new measures a point of contention. Keep a close eye on who fills Martin's shoes. That person will wield significant influence over crypto regulation in New York, a state that's been both a pioneer and a pain point in the U.S. crypto landscape. The impending leadership change at NYDFS may cause ripples far beyond New York. Regulatory scrutiny is a global phenomenon, as seen in Hong Kong's recent actions. Ready to cross the Pacific and delve into Hong Kong's crypto regulation? But before we do, remember to subscribe for the latest updates in the crypto world. Hong Kong's Securities and Futures Commission is pulling back the curtain on crypto exchanges. This move comes after the JPEX probe led to multiple arrests. The SFC aims to publish a list of crypto exchange license applicants. This is a significant shift in policy, and it's all about maintaining market confidence. The SFC stated that the JPEX incident highlights the risks of dealing with unregulated virtual asset trading platforms. They're stepping up their game to help the public better understand these risks. Only two firms, OSL Digital Securities Limited and Hash Blockchain Limited, have so far been awarded licenses. 4 other companies have applied, but they're relatively small and unknown. Major crypto exchanges haven't even signaled their intent to get licensed in Hong Kong. The JPEX probe was a significant operation. Hong Kong police raided 20 locations related to JPEX and arrested at least 11 individuals. The authorities have also asked local telecom providers to block online access to JPEX. In response, JPEX claimed they received, quote, unfair treatment from the authorities. The SFC is also planning to issue a dedicated list of suspicious actors. Elizabeth Wong is the Director of Licensing and the head of FinTech unit at the Commission. She said that this list would allow the public to scrutinize whether a platform has made false statements regarding license applications. This is a move that could set a precedent for how crypto exchanges are regulated and scrutinized globally. It's also a clear message to all those crypto influencers who've been making false or misleading statements on social media. The SFC warned that crypto influencers and JPEX made such false statements by suggesting they had applied for a license. The SFC is ready to take enforcement action on unlicensed and criminal activities. Donald Day, COO of Hong Kong-based crypto platform VDX, said it's encouraging to see that those who have coerced often uninformed investors are also held liable for their actions. The SFC's move to disclose crypto license applicants is a significant step in tightening the regulatory grip on the crypto industry in Hong Kong. It's a clear message to all platforms: play by the rules or face the consequences. The JPEX scandal serves as a cautionary tale, not just for crypto platforms, but also for the public. The SFC is taking a proactive approach, aiming to weed out bad actors before they can do more harm. This is a move that should be welcomed by anyone who values transparency and accountability in the crypto space. However, let's not forget the other side of the coin. The SFC's actions could be seen as an attempt to centralize control over an industry that thrives on decentralization. The very essence of crypto is to operate outside the traditional financial system, and those new rules could be a way for the government to exert more control. The question then becomes, at what cost does this regulation come? Is it a necessary evil to protect uninformed investors, or is it a step towards stifling innovation and smothering financial freedom? One thing is clear, the days of the Wild West in Hong Kong's crypto market are coming to an end, and whether that's good or bad is up for debate. Hong Kong is putting crypto firms under the microscope, but they're not alone. The Republic of Korea is also tightening its grip on crypto exchanges. What's different? Their focus on the big players, the major shareholders. Let's explore that one next. And if you're finding value in this episode, go ahead and share it with a friend. The Republic of Korea's Financial Intelligence Unit, or FIU, is a part of the Financial Services Commission. The FIU is tightening the noose on major shareholders of crypto exchanges. This move is a mirror image of the standards upheld in the banking sector. Well, why now? There's been a surge in legal turmoil involving shareholders of big domestic exchanges like Bithumb and Upbit. These aren't small fry. We're talking about exchanges that have a significant impact on the crypto landscape. The FIU assembled a task force to reform coin exchange reporting requirements. The new mandate will be integrated into the coin exchange renewal reporting items and is set for implementation in October 2024. According to the enforcement degree of the Specific Financial Information Act, all virtual asset business operators, including exchanges, must file a renewal report every 3 years after the initial report is accepted. This process will kick off again in October 2024, starting with Upbit, which finalized its inaugural report in October 2021. Their focus? Scrutinizing major shareholder eligibility. This is a procedural safeguard that allows the government to assess whether the majority shareholder has the qualifications needed to operate a financial enterprise. The FIU's initiative aims to curb illicit activities by these major shareholders and to reduce user damage. Previously, these major shareholders operated in a regulatory gray area. Current legislation under the Special Financial Services Act mandated only exchange representatives and registered executives to report and undergo review. But now the government is zeroing in on major shareholders who've been involved in fraudulent and market manipulative activities. Two cases stand out. Jung Hyung Kang is a major Bithumb shareholder. They're in a primary criminal trial for alleged fraudulent trading. Then there's Song Chi-hyung, the predominant shareholder of Upbit, who's facing a Supreme Court trial for alleged market manipulation. A representative for the People Power Party proposed a legislative amendment. This amendment dictates that virtual asset business operators must report information pertinent to major shareholders. This enables the FIU to examine the shareholders' economic and financial crime history. The Republic is clearly tightening its grip on the crypto industry. The FIU's new mandate is aimed at bringing crypto exchanges under the same scrutiny as traditional financial institutions. This is a clear signal that the government is wary of the growing influence of crypto exchanges and their major shareholders. In fact, I would say their focus on major shareholders is particularly noteworthy. It's a direct response to the legal troubles involving Bithumb and Upbit, two of the country's most prominent exchanges. The government is essentially saying, "We're watching you, we're not afraid to take action." This move could serve as a precedent for other countries grappling with the regulatory challenges posed by the growing crypto industry. The proposed legislative amendment is another layer of scrutiny. It's not just about the companies now, it's about the individuals behind them. This is a strategic move to deter financial crimes at the highest levels of these organizations. It's a clear message to major shareholders: shape up or face the consequences. While they are tightening their vetting process, some platforms aren't even securing their existing assets. Mixin Network's $200 million hack is a stark reminder of the risks we all face. Coming up, a tale of security gone awry. But before we move on, hit that like button if you want to stay ahead of the curve. The Mixin Network is a peer-to-peer platform. They confirmed the loss of nearly $200 million in crypto assets. The hack occurred on September 23rd, but the news broke 2 days later. The immediate action? A halt on all deposits and withdrawals. But here's the kicker. Mixin's founder, Feng Xiaodong, stated that only half the user assets are safe. That's right, just half. At the time of the hack, Mixin held $94.48 million in Ether, $23.55 million in DAI, and $23.3 million in Bitcoin. That's according to a separate investigation by PeckShield. The total portfolio? $141.32 million. Now, what about the hacker? An independent investigation from Web3 SaaS analytics platform Oxscope revealed a historical relationship between the hacker and Mixin Network. The hacker's address received 5 ETH from Mixin in 2022 and later deposited it into Binance. The hacker also converted the Tether loot to DAI, likely to avoid any freezing of funds. So, who's on the case? Blockchain investigator SlowMist and tech giant Google have been roped in to help. But the question remains, can Mixin recover these astronomical losses? Feng Xiaodong mentioned the possibility of issuing bond tokens for users to claim, with plans for Mixin to buy them back in the future. But let's be real, that's kind of a band-aid on a gaping wound. And let's not forget the elephant in the room, centralization. Mixin's network relies on a centralized database, making it a single point of failure. That's a cardinal sin in the world of crypto, where decentralization is the holy grail. The aftermath? Mixin's token, Xin, took a 8.6% nosedive in the last 24 hours. And the plans to recover the lost assets? Still up in the air. Even a promised public Mandarin livestream by Feng Xiaodong to explain the incident was nowhere to be found. The Mixin Network hack is a glaring example of the risks tied to centralized databases in decentralized systems. While the network aimed to facilitate cross-chain transfers, it failed to secure its assets, losing a staggering $200 million, a blow to the crypto community's trust. The announcement that only half the user assets are safe adds insult to injury. The idea of issuing bond tokens as a recovery method is a band-aid solution. But beyond money, this is about the erosion of trust. When you're dealing with decentralized assets like Bitcoin and Ether, trust is the bedrock. The centralized database was Mixin's Achilles heel. It's a clear reminder, centralization in any form is a risk in the crypto world. It's a magnet for hackers and a weak link in what should be a secure chain. Mixin Network has a long road ahead to regain user trust, and their blunder shows how a lack of security can result in astronomical losses. But they're not the only ones facing a crisis. Upbit's recent security breach involving scam tokens adds another layer of complexity. Stick around to learn more, and if you haven't already, subscribe for daily insights. A security breach rocked the Republic of Korea's largest crypto exchange, Upbit. This isn't just a glitch, it's a full-blown scam involving Aptos tokens. Upbit froze deposits and withdrawals after detecting an abnormal deposit attempt. The exchange thought it was dealing with legitimate tokens, but guess what? They were scam tokens. A system error misread these tokens as the real deal. The scam tokens were linked to a fraudulent website called claimapt.com, which airdropped them to almost 400,000 wallets. The fake APT tokens led to a deposit of around $250 in affected accounts. More than 100,000 users found themselves in possession of these counterfeit APT tokens. Upbit has since resumed account services, but has warned users about potential price differences with other exchanges. The scam tokens were part of a scheme called Claim APT Gift. Upbit's system failed to verify the types of tokens being deposited properly. Normally, the system would differentiate between native Aptos tokens and other tokens within the same ecosystem. However, due to a glitch, all tokens sent to a specific function were recognized as Aptos tokens. Upbit pledged to process returns sequentially once deposit and withdrawal support was reinstated. Upbit's blunder exposes the vulnerabilities of centralized exchanges. Unlike decentralized platforms, where users can verify tokens on-chain, centralized platforms require users to trust the exchange's internal system. This trust was broken in Upbit's case. This incident raises questions about the efficacy of Upbit's security measures. Upbit's response will be closely monitored. Any failure to implement robust security measures could erode user trust further. This incident should serve as a wake-up call, not just for Upbit, but for all centralized exchanges. It emphasizes the critical importance of robust security protocols and constant vigilance in the ever-evolving crypto landscape. So, trust but verify, especially when it comes to centralized platforms. Upbit's official notice also cautioned users to pay, quote, Special attention to the price differences with other exchanges as trading resumes. So, what happened? Vitalik Buterin's once optimistic stance on CBDCs has been soured, warning us that they're becoming mere extensions of traditional banking systems. Peter Martin, the key figure behind NYDFS's BIT license program, is stepping down, leaving a void in an already complex regulatory landscape. Hong Kong's SFC is taking bold steps to regulate crypto exchanges following the JPEX probe, while the Republic of Korea's FIU is putting the spotlight on major shareholders of crypto exchanges like Bithumb and Upbit. Speaking of Upbit, they've had a security lapse involving fake APT tokens, further eroding trust in centralized exchanges. And let's not forget the Mixin Network, which lost nearly $200 million due to a hack. The centralized database was their Achilles heel, showing us once again the risks tied to centralization in the crypto world. Tonight's overarching theme revolves around the intersecting lines of regulation, control, and security in the crypto landscape. From Vitalik Buterin's wariness about CBDCs to Peter Martin's exit from the NYDFS, we're seeing that the guardians of the old world are either skeptical of the new or leaving their posts entirely. Hong Kong and the Republic of Korea are doubling down on regulation, while security breaches at Mixin Network and Upbit remind us of the vulnerabilities in the system. As we wrap up tonight, it's evident that we're standing at a regulatory and security crossroads. The decisions made in these domains will either facilitate a more transparent and secure crypto world or create vulnerabilities that could cost us dearly. What is certain is that the crypto landscape is ever evolving, for better or worse. And that's going to do it for us tonight. I want to thank you, my listeners, because when you stop listening, I will stop talking. If you enjoyed tonight's show, then please like, follow, subscribe, leave a rating, or maybe a review. And in the meantime, we'll see you tomorrow night.